Hey all, just doing a check-in. I know it's been a long time, but I'm here visiting my mum in Denmark and it's just really pretty and just having some downtime and catching up with her. My aunties are here as well and just seeing them before my mum goes on a big trip. And yeah, next month it looks like I will be starting our next round of IVF. I'd do a check-in from the road. I'm on my way home from Denmark. Just spent the weekend with my mum and my aunties and my stepdad, so that was really nice to be able to do that. But I just know that I haven't I haven't been posting at all for the last couple of months, and that's just because life has been ridiculously crazy. And to be honest, I guess I was a little heartbroken after our miscarriage from the last transfer, and I want to be open and honest about how everything's been going. And yes, life has been busy. Quite a bit has changed, I think, since we checked in. Obviously, you guys knew that I moved house, so we are well settled in there, and Chloe's doing really well. She's almost back down to what she was before we moved in medication-wise, and she's a lot more settled, so that's been a stress relief. I have actually gone back to work full-time in the childcare industry, so that has been wonderful but full-on. And then I have also been very busy in my position on the board for football. So that's almost been like a part-time job, which I love, but just all of those things combined with I'm still studying the 1 day a week, my 2 classes at Bible college, and yeah, just getting ready for this next round of IVF, which is coming up quickly now. So Chad has been working. He's been home for the last little while. Just jobs haven't been there, but we are doing fine because obviously with me working full time, that's not been a stress. So financially, that's okay. Luckily, another thing I don't have to stress about because I've been trying to declutter life if I can. I actually had a bit of a breakdown to Chad just a couple of days ago, feeling like this is all too much and it's a bit crazy, but I don't feel like I can put anything down, and next term we'll be adding IVF and what am I going to do? And so we talked through some of the practical things of like, what could I let go, what can't I let go, and to be honest, the things I'm doing at the moment are all important and they're all a commitment I've made, and so I've decided not to drop anything. But realistically, Chad and I just had a look at my schedule and we've just made some clear boundaries. So guys, trust me, especially when we are now entering into round 3 of IVF, I needed to add some boundaries to my life. And like I said, I haven't been able to put anything down, but I've just been a bit clearer mainly with myself, but also with the people I'm having to work with on the different projects and things, that there are certain times that I'm unavailable for, or this is my schedule of what things look like, and asking for help. I am sure how I feel about this next round of IVF, other than it's just a necessity for where we're up to. Physically, that stuff, even though it's uncomfortable, injections, the rest of it, I feel fine about. I guess being physically uncomfortable, I can deal with almost any time. Like, you just have to get through. It's just a short amount of time that it will happen for. Just emotionally, I guess I'm a little more hesitant this time. Last time I was really hopeful, and my first time I was really just trying to focus on joy. And so I've been trying to ask God, like, okay, during this season, this next round of IVF, what do you want my focus to be? And I guess I haven't heard as clearly as I have the other time, but the theme that seems to keep popping up is trust, and that, do you really trust me when the timing sucks, when you're busy? And the whole reason I stepped down from ministry as a job was to focus on IVF, and then now I've ended up picking up full-time work, and honestly that's ended up being a blessing financially for us, because things had slowed down a bit for Chad. Hopefully they'll be picking up again any minute, but you know, that's something that's been just there. So yeah, just trusting that I can handle everything that's been put on my plate, and trusting the process, trusting that round 3, hopefully the odds are looking better. Something that the notes from last time for getting ready for this round for myself was to continue the supplements I was on, and to make sure with the, you know, at least 6 to 8 weeks ahead of time, introducing the melatonin again at the 3 milligrams. I'm still on my metformin, and I've also been doing the CoQ10 300 megs and my prenatals. So been doing all of that, been trying to take care of myself physically, not been at the gym as much as I would like, even though I've got a membership now, just because time wise, like, schedule has been ridiculous. I think the last 2 weeks I have had something on after work every single day, and my weekends are booked. So literally, I think this last 2 weeks I've been to the gym once, maybe twice, and that's unfortunately been something that's kind of get put to the wayside a little. But in general, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling healthy. My weight hasn't like gone up, it's plateaued and stayed the same of where I was, but so I'm not too worried about being too heavy for this round. So I do still need to do a weigh-in, but the biggest change I think to our preparation plan this time round was Chad's been asked to completely give up alcohol, like no social drinking at all. And Chad was never a big drinker by any means. Very occasionally would he have a drink. But yeah, so that's been that, and they just upped some of his supplements to double what they were. So hopefully, you know, we had an embryo make it to day 5, and we had a second one very close behind. Didn't quite make it to freezing, but we had one that was ready for transfer. So I guess my hope and my prayer this time is that we get 2 at least. And I'm still, obviously it all depends on what ends up happening with this round, but I guess what I've been umming and ahhing and back and forthing about is about asking how many embryos we can get implanted on our transfer. Chad and I have talked about it, and twins have always been on my heart and something that he would be absolutely thrilled with. So the possibility of twins, like, we're up for that option. And yeah, as far as I remember the first round with the doctor's info, I was told that they only do 1 embryo transfer as their protocol, but when you hit like 3 rounds, if things have been different, then they're willing to you know, possibly look at multiple embryo transfer. So now that in July I will be turning 35, yeah, I guess I would like to do that. So if we had 3 embryos make it and we could freeze one, that would be wonderful. But again, I guess it's just about prayer and like, all right, God, like what do you want to happen to this round? And I think my body's a bit tired of the whole process with the retrieval. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm just trying to be mindful of, and trying not to think negative, like, well, if we end up getting 2 embryos and we only put one in and freeze one, then if it doesn't work next time, I just have to do the embryo transfer or the FET, frozen embryo transfer. But yeah, it's like that idea of not thinking of, well, if it won't work, you just have to plan as if it is, and then if it doesn't, then we'll go from there. So that's been a bit of a mental struggle for me. But again, we can't make any of those decisions till we see what happens this round. So that's just a basic update of where we're up to. I'm feeling good within myself. I feel physically as ready as I'm going to be for this next round, and that's okay. Emotionally, like I said, I still not quite, I'm not excited. I'm not exactly nervous. Maybe apprehensive is the word, but I'm just knowing that, yeah, I gotta trust the process, trust the people who I have in my circle, and yeah, get ready for this next round.